hit show Jessie aired for 4 years before the spin-off Bunk'd took over. A lot has changed in this time, and the actors of Jessie have grown up before our eyes. Did you know Debby Ryan has admitted to having a crush on a former co-star? Is there drama going on between Skye and Debby? Make sure you keep watching until the end. Some of the transformation pictures may shock you. If this is your first time visiting this channel, don't forget to subscribe, and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today we're showing you the cast of Jessie Before and After. Peyton List. Peyton List is one in-demand actress. She won our hearts on Jessie as Emma Ross, and we've continued watching her as Emma on Bunk'd. The kind and sometimes ditzy Emma is the oldest of the Ross kids, and the only biological child to Mr. and Mrs. Ross. In real life, Peyton has quite the resume. She was only 4 years old when she first started acting in the soap opera As the World Turns. Since then, she has acted in dozens of roles, including 27 Dresses, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and The Thinning. It looks like she has some upcoming projects as well, so you'll want to be on alert for that. One of the upcoming projects includes a movie called Departures, where she'll be starring alongside Nina Dobrev and Maisie Williams. Apparently, Peyton is not the only actor in the family. She has 2 brothers who also act, including her twin brother Spencer. Fun fact, she's actually 1 minute older than Spencer. Spencer has actually appeared in Bunk'd before as a character named Eric. Do you remember seeing him? That would be fun getting to work with your brother. Although Spencer is pretty popular, he's nowhere near as popular as Peyton. She has over 1 million followers. That's way more than any of her other Jessie co-stars, including Debby. She's got quite the fan base. Hopefully this means we'll be seeing her a lot in the future. Kevin Chamberlain. Kevin Chamberlain plays Bertram Winkle, the Ross family butler. As a butler, he is lazy and grouchy. You don't often see him actually doing work, but he makes sure to look busy when the Ross parents are home. Even though he calls the Ross children nanny killers, he still loves and cares about them. But the same can't be said about Jessie. We're sure they secretly like each other, but Bertram and Jessie aren't often shown getting along. Bertram spends a lot of his time reading magazines and watching TV. Sounds like our kind of job. In real life, Kevin Chamberlain is a successful Broadway actor. IMDb says that he is one of the few Broadway actors who have been nominated for a Tony Award in 3 out of 4 acting categories. He was nominated for Best Actor in a Play, Best Actor in a Musical, and Best Featured Actor in a Musical. Even though he is a well-respected Broadway actor, he has been acting on TV since 1991. When Jessie finally ended, Kevin wrote a heartfelt goodbye poem to his fans. His poem reads, 4 years, hundreds of stories, thousands of script pages, tens of thousands of rehearsal hours, millions of laughs. He said they taught him how to be a kid and be silly again. And they taught him how to Dougie. He says he will miss Bertram. We will definitely miss him too. Brar. Karen Brar plays Ravi Ross in Jessie and Bunk'd. He was adopted by the Ross parents from India. His first language is Hindi, but he is fluent in English. When he was adopted, he brought his pet lizard, Mr. Kipling. We find out later that Mr. Kipling is a girl, so her name changes to Mrs. Kipling. Talk about confusing. In real life, Karen has starred in many different roles, including the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. Actually, Karen and Peyton knew each other before Jessie because they worked together on Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and they continue to work together on Bunk'd. In an interview, Karen confessed that his dream co-star is Jennifer Lawrence. We like his taste in co-stars. Can you imagine how funny the 2 of them would be together? Karen is probably one of the Jessie stars that has changed the most over the course of the show. When he started working on Jessie, he was only 11, and now he is a young adult. His before and after pictures look quite different. If you want to see even more pictures, head to his Instagram account. We're really digging his style, not to mention his face. With 3 million followers, we're guessing we have some competition. We also found out he's a mama's boy. He admitted in an interview that his mom is the person he texts the most. How nice is that? Scalia. Tony is the doorman of the Ross's building in Jessie. He is handsome and has a New York accent. He also has a crush on Jessie and wants to date her. And although it takes him a few tries, they do end up going on dates eventually. Tony has a strange talent for playing the kazoo. Maybe one day he'll make it as a famous kazoo player. What do you think? Tony is played by Scalia. In an interview, Chris said he loved working on the set of Jessie, saying that the rest of the cast is a ton of fun. He says they are always laughing and pulling pranks on each other. In addition to acting, Chris is a model and has a great singing voice. If you want to see some drool-worthy pictures of Chris, check out his Instagram. He has a ton of model snaps on there. We're hoping to see him in another role soon where he'll be singing. Maybe a musical? In an interview, he went on about his co-star Debby Ryan, saying that she's funny, welcoming, and has a great personality. It sounds to us like Chris might have a little crush on Debby. Chris mentions that Jessie was his first big acting job. Hopefully Jessie has opened some doors for future roles because we need to see more of Chris. Christina Moore. Christina Ross is the mother of the Ross children. She is an actress and supermodel and is married to Morgan, who is a famous movie director. Christina loves her children very much, but is not around often because of her and her husband's jobs. Even though neither of them is around much, we're still happy that they clearly love their children when they see them. Her only biological child of the four is Emma. The rest of her children are adopted. Fun fact, she was very young when she had Emma. She was 19. Perhaps that's the reason her and Morgan decided to adopt the rest of their kids. Her and Morgan met at Camp Kikiwaka, which is the camp Emma, Ravi, and Zuri go to in Bunk'd. Christina and Morgan are supposed to parody Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. They are both famous in Hollywood and have adopted many of their children, but do have biological children. Christina Moore is the actress who plays Christina Ross. She is an actress, comedian, fashion designer, model, and screenwriter. She has been acting since 1996 and starred in some very notable roles, including That 70s Show, Without a Paddle, and True Blood. Unfortunately, we didn't see too much of Christina in Jessie, but we're hoping that there is the opportunity to see more of her. Charles Eston. Charles Eston plays Morgan Ross on Jessie. He is the father of Emma, Zuri, Luke, and Ravi. He is married to Christina and is a film director known for his movies Galactopus. Although Morgan is not around much for his kids, he loves them and would do a lot for them. For example, in the very first episode of Jessie, we get introduced to the characters and get a taste of their personalities. The audience sees that the parents are not around much and that there is usually a nanny around to take care of the kids. Morgan and Christina promise to come home to see Emma's science project presentation, but then they tell her over video chat that they won't be able to make it. However, when Jessie tells Morgan and Christina how upset Emma is, they come home to see her presentation. This is just one example of how the parents prove their love for their children. Charles, who plays Morgan, has been acting for many years. Currently, he has a lead role on Nashville and has been on the show since 2012. The show has been nominated for and won many awards, including the People's Choice Award and Teen Choice Award. Christina Moore has made one guest star appearance in Bunk'd so far, so we're hoping that Morgan Ross will make an appearance too. JJ Toda. JJ Toda has a recurring role on Jessie as Stuart Wooten. When he is first introduced to us, he had just moved next door to the Ross family and fell instantly in love with Zuri. Throughout his time on Jessie, he tries his hardest to win Zuri's heart. In real life, JJ is an actor, comedian, singer, and writer. Only a teenager, he has quite the resume. In addition to Jessie, he has been in Glee, Sophia the First, Liv and Maddie, and Spider-Man: Homecoming. Even before he started acting on TV, he did theater, and even started a YouTube channel at the age of 6. He currently has over 7,000 followers on his YouTube account, where he does mostly comedy sketches. In Spider-Man: Homecoming, JJ got to work alongside some pretty cool people, including Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, and Zendaya. In an interview, JJ had many nice things to say about Zendaya. They sound like they could be really good friends. Actually, we wish we could be friends with JJ. In his interviews, he seems like a very kind, chatty, and outgoing person. He doesn't seem to be very shy and speaks his mind. What a great way to be! We can't wait to see him and the rest of the cast in Spider-Man and see what else he gets to do in the future. Cameron Boyce. Cameron Boyce plays Luke Ross on Jessie. Luke is one of the Ross's adopted children, but unlike Zuri and Ravi, he was adopted from the United States. He was adopted from Detroit when he was 4 years old. Luke is portrayed as mischievous, sarcastic, cool, and athletic. Unfortunately, he doesn't always do great with his schoolwork. Maybe it would help if he didn't have so many distractions at home. Specifically, maybe if his crush wasn't also his nanny. Do you think Luke actually has a crush on Jessie? Or do you think that he's purposely trying to annoy her? Sounds like something Luke would do. Cameron Boyce is the actor who plays Luke, and he is quite well known for a number of his roles outside of Jessie. He was in Grown Ups 1 and 2, Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Gamer's Guide to Pretty Much Anything, and Descendants 1 and 2. These roles have caught him a lot of attention. His acting skills are well recognized, as well as his unique look. He has curly black hair and his face is sprinkled with freckles. From the look of his Instagram account, he does some acting as well, which really doesn't surprise us. He's got a great face for the camera. It's hard to believe that just a few years ago he was playing annoying but cute Luke, when today he seems so mature. Debby Ryan. Jessie is played by Debby Ryan. She has been acting in Disney shows since 2008 when she was 14. Debby kept her same look throughout most of her time acting on Disney and has only really changed in the last few years. Until recently, she was known for her cute look of either a thinned out fringe or a side-swept bang. Today, her bangs appear to be grown out, and she opts for a messier, tousled hairstyle. In addition to her hairstyle, she, of course, has grown up too. Her Instagram pictures display a more rebellious and fashion-forward woman. We like the change. Speaking of things that change, we've heard rumors that her friendship with co-star Skye Jackson has changed as well. Unfortunately, Skye alleged that Debby has bullied her. Debby came back saying this was not true, and suggested that a specific co-star's parents, assumingly referring to Skye's parents, were hard to deal with. Talk about drama. However, Debby doesn't seem to have issues with all her co-stars. Her and Cole and Dylan Sprouse starred in The Sweet Life on Deck together from 2008 to 2011, and she appears to still be super close with Cole today. She has appeared in numerous pictures with him as she supports his new show Riverdale. In an interview, she admits to the reporter that she used to have a crush on one of the Sprouse twins. Even though she never admitted who it was, wouldn't her and Cole make a great couple? Skye Jackson. Skye Jackson plays Zuri Ross on Jessie, and she is the absolute cutest. We're happy that we've been able to follow her from Jessie to Bunk'd. We love her as clever and witty Zuri, and we love her even more in real life. Skye's look isn't the only thing that has matured over the years, but her personality as well. She recently worked with DoSomething.org to help young people build up their self-esteem and tackle problems with bullying. Speaking of bullying, there have been tons of rumors going around that Skye was being bullied by Debby Ryan on set. This would be really upsetting, considering how much we like both of them. They seemed like such good friends before. A fan tweeted Skye asking her why she is rude to Debby. Skye tweeted back that she's not rude to her, and in fact, it's the other way around. This fueled the rumors, and Debby eventually replied to a question about the accusations of bullying by saying that they weren't true. Debby also implied that Skye's parents were causing trouble. That's not good. We hope everything has been resolved. Speaking of Skye's parents, we found an interview with Skye's mom where she talks about how much Skye loves acting, but she says that Skye gets overwhelmed with fans sometimes. Her mom also admitted that Skye really looks up to Rihanna. Who doesn't? Are there any other Disney TV stars who you've noticed have changed a lot over the course of their careers? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from you.